What up, everybody? All right.
Hello.
All right, you A to the O. Cut that shit out. Damn it. A to the O, everybody. So anyway, welcome to the TMC4JMC show. I'm your boy TMC, and this is my babe.
JMC, what's up, yo?
I love my baby. So, how have you been, baby?
Doing pretty good.
We doing the show a little late today.
Yeah.
We normally record the show on Wednesdays, but this Wednesday we actually recorded another show. It's actually up on T4J Radio, and it'll be on T4J TV.
Yep.
Well, it's more of an audio show right now, so it's really
It's great to listen to.
yeah.
Good.
Check out T4J TV. T4J Radio. I think you'll really enjoy the 5NG show.
Yep. The nerdy
Geek show.
geek show.
Yeah, exactly. We discuss all things geek, all things nerdy, all things scientific, superheroes, superpowers, you name it, and it's a really good show.
Yep.
This first episode, and I hope future episodes. Actually, I hope all the episodes was with Goodman.
Yes.
He's a member of the.
Yep. He's great to have on, too.
He was Dope City. Member of the A to Z podcast crew. So
In Clinton.
yeah, out of Clinton. So yeah, check out TMC4JMC.com and the 5NG show, and check out the A to Z podcast.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're doing some dope stuff over there as well.
Entertaining folks.
And some other stuff on the website is we just launched the Hidden Closet.
Yes.
So on the website you can see the button Hidden Closet.
Our
Click on it.
featured products through Amazon. Shout out Amazon.
Shout out to Amazon for
Absolutely.
for the sponsorship.
Absolutely.
Right now we have a couple of things up there. We're going to definitely be adding more, and you'll be hearing the commercials and everything. Right now they definitely have like earbuds and
Yep.
gaming
Headphones
systems,
and-
headphones
yep.
and stuff like that. So check it out.
Definitely check it out.
Definitely support. Hey, if you're gonna buy this stuff, buy it from us, and
Absolutely.
we definitely thank you for
It's
it.
trusted.
You know what I mean? Especially now with everything being shut down, ordering online is the way to go.
Yep.
So yeah. So other than that, another week of quarantine.
Yes.
It kind of is what it is.
Kind of messes up your day a little bit, though. Your days run into days, and
I mean, luckily for us, we've been able to continue to work and earn a living.
Yep, we haven't missed a beat.
So,
Luckily.
other people who haven't, I definitely feel for you guys, and I hope this will be over soon. But I don't think it will be.
I don't think so either.
So on a cool note though, I don't know if you saw it, but I think it was last Tuesday, the Empire State Building. They colored the whole building red, and at the top they had like a flashing siren, so it looked
That's new.
like the old school ambulance.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, wow.
some people kind of freaked out by it, but
Because it's new. The Empire State Buildings usually had colors. They've never had anything flashing that
Yeah.
I can ever remember.
plus, if you're not used to seeing that in the sky, you look up, you see this big red
I know, it
light
has to be
building.
alarming.
Yeah, exactly. An ambulance is alarming. Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Oh, man.
So, other than that, what's been going on? What's been new with you? What you got going on? What you got, on your plate?
Not much, checking out a lot of social media, because we have a lot of downtime. So, and people love putting out quarantine videos
Oh, okay.
on social media. So that's been very entertaining.
Oh, okay. I mean, what's been entertaining about them?
A lot of PSAs.
Oh, okay. PSAs like stay in, be safe.
Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff like that. As time goes on, a lot of recommendations people have that you do while you're indoors, and
But do you get kind of tired of that?
now it's starting to wear a little thing because there's just so many. Everybody has one. There's been some people have been in for many weeks.
I mean, true that. Yeah, definitely. Like we just technically got locked down last Tuesday.
Yep.
and I still lock down because, I mean, look outside, but yeah, you're right. Like some states have been for almost a month, if not more than a month. So, but, and I would imagine, but like, what's the funniest thing? Like, is it like antics? Is it just like, saying silly shit?
It's like I said, a lot of PSAs. Some interesting news. Pink has, she had announced that she had tested positive. Her and her, I believe her son, tested positive for the virus.
Oh man.
And they have been quarantining for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
And then she said that they retested again a few days later and they came back negative. So I guess that's a good thing. I'm glad it worked out that way. She's also said she's going to donate $1 million between 2 emergency relief funds
Oh, that's dope.
to provide testing for those who can't afford it. Because from what I understand, it's very expensive.
Oh, that's really dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. So,
Yeah.
so when you say I mean, do you know anything about her situation as far as was she like, she was positive, but then was she treated or anything along those lines?
No, they weren't treated. She said from what I read online, her and her son were both displaying symptoms.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And so she went and she got tested, and like I said, it came back negative. They waited to test them again a few days later, and came back. I mean, sorry, the first time it came back positive.
Okay.
A few days later, they tested again and it came back negative.
So, are there certain things like false positives then? Because that's the first situation I've personally heard of someone being tested on a Tuesday and then 2 days later they get a different
Great
result.
question. I can't imagine that there wouldn't be any false positives. There's much testing that gives false positives.
Because if that's the case, then that's kind of alarming. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't read the situation, so anybody
Well,
out there
that's
that have
that's as
any
much as
additional
this
information.
article provided. I follow her on Instagram, and I've seen a few of her videos, and in none of them did I see that if she was sick, she played it off really well.
Oh, okay.
So and it seemed like her and her family were doing pretty good.
Well, then that's the case. Then that's a little ill, in my opinion. Like, I mean, granted, it's great to have that information out there. I know, right? Pink, I know it's great to have that information out there and, interact with your fans. But if you've been tested and you've come back positive, you know what I mean? And you're like, hey, it's all good. Look at me. I'm posting videos and everything. Or even if you've been showing symptoms, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the videos, have you been seeing that? Anything like that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah, like you said she's been looking awesome.
Yeah, she's been looking great. So I even have a couple of videos.
Cool.
Some audio and video that we can check out.
All right, so let's roll on into them. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I think you'll. She is Pink is one of my favorites to follow. She's really down to earth.
Hey everybody. Okay, listen. This is my PSA. I'm walking around my house. I'm getting ready to vacuum and take a shower, and I'm eating pretzels. But I don't know how much you guys have been drinking on this whole quarantine thing. But I've decided to make it a sport.
I've been drinking a lot, actually. Well, I can't say a lot. I mean...
Well, the fact that you can't go anywhere, you shouldn't go anywhere. It's the safest time to drink.
I don't think I've drank more than normal. I don't think I've drank more than, In fact, a bottle can last me. I'm talking about, like, regular bottle. I mean, I've heard that be referred to as the small bottle before.
It's probably not... it's probably not how much more you drink. It's probably what time of day you drink now.
No, yeah, there's been times where, if I don't have any...
Like, who needs to wait till noon?
Yeah, there's been times I haven't.
Can't go anywhere.
It's like, yo, whatever. In fact, if you kind of see this cup in a clip, you never know. Other cups, 50-50, but this cup, yeah, it's probably got alcohol in it. So
most likely.
But yeah, I mean, but just getting back to Pink though, isn't she like? You think she just took a shower and everything? You think she just,
She's just probably just been chilling. She may not have even changed out of her pajamas.
No. That's interesting.
She's been quarantined for
I mean,
a while.
it looks like
so.
she's in her pajamas, but my point is that like she looks stripped down, but she still
Yeah.
looks cute. You know?
I wanted to
yeah,
share
yeah, yeah.
something I did last night.
She's cute in her plainness.
When I drink, I get really, really brilliant ideas.
Oh yeah, like
like
what?
most of us.
And last night,
You know.
I got an idea. I can cut hair.
Yeah.
I can totally cut hair. Why have I been paying people
I can
all
relate to
time?
this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not cutting hair, but like thinking I can dye my hair a certain color when I'm not in the right state of mind. You know, and I went like bleach blonde, and then the next day I'm like, what did I do?
Oh
So
man.
I've had to cover it back up.
Well, I mean, I guess that could be kind of sucky for a girl growing up, but no, I've actually done that. Like worse than what she's talking about. Like I've actually, well, you know, coming up, it's not like I had money for. Once I moved down here, you know, growing up with my grandmother, it's not like I had money for haircuts or even a ride to go get the haircut. You know, yeah, yeah.
And we always,
Violins,
yeah.
you know, but you know, I'm just a poor boy. But you know, that said, you know, so every now and then I would just get tired of it, just like how I do now. Every now and then I just get tired of it, and I say, look, I'm going to cut my hair. Well, I didn't have clippers. I had scissors. And I had,
And we always underestimate how hard haircuts are.
Yeah.
You know, we always downplay it like
you're like,
anybody could do this, you know.
But you usually find out you fucked up on the first,
Oh, yeah.
like,
And then you just fuck it up even more when you try to fix it.
well, yeah, you committed. You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
are.
There's been times where I've gotten halfway through and it's like, oh man, because when you're a quarter way through, you're like, well, maybe I can still, you know, salvage it or do something.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time you're a quarter way through, you're like, okay, I need help.
Oh, yeah. I've cut my bangs before while they were wet and didn't think that they get shorter once they dry.
Oh,
So they look like little curls at the top of my forehead instead of bangs.
little eyelashes.
Never did exactly like my forehead had eyelashes.
I would have said that was my baby hairs.
They were way too thick to be baby
What I
hairs.
did.
Because that's not all that fucked out, to be honest.
Good luck.
I don't think it's that bad. It is
Well, this
uneven,
side.
but it's not that
Lower
bad.
on that side. I think I'm looking pretty good. Am I giving you like Alyssa Milano vibes?
Maybe.
Right now? Charlize Theron?
No, no, not really.
I might try to
But you look cute in your own.
fix it tonight.
She looks like she.
But when she started, she had short hair.
Yeah, she's always had short hair.
So it's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But she looks good with short hair.
all right, yo. Y'all got to move. And you want to, like, leave them out. But, yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know.
What do you think? Stay safe. Stay home.
She doesn't look sick.
Cut your own hair.
Nope, she looks good.
She doesn't. She doesn't look like she's showing any symptoms of anything.
Everybody.
No, not at all.
But you know, like, so what? What did she do? What did she do again? Like, what was so special about her again?
Oh, she donated $1 million to some emergency relief funds.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, and this was her PSA on what to do when you're home.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool.
Yeah, and there are some others there too.
So fucking bored.
And then we have Cardi B and
Look how bored he
Offset.
is. Look how many blunts he rolled already. Back to back for no damn reason.
Now that's interesting.
Nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do.
High, pre-rolling motherfucker up.
It's so fucking bored.
Now,
That way he pre-rolled like 40 blunts.
now those are the most ugliest blunts I've ever seen. Like,
That's how they look now.
really?
Yeah, like we're the only ones that care about how our blunts
I
look
mean, I
anymore.
guess if you're.
There used to be a pride you would take in rolling a blunt.
But does he lap them over? Does he fold them over, or is they just open and exposed on the end?
Yeah, they're open and exposed. Like,
So it's like a canoe, like what was those like pastries and
a cannoli.
Yeah, canoe. Canoe. Fucking canoe.
Potato.
But yeah, hey, potato blunt. I mean, look at it. Like,
I wouldn't complain though.
you think those are hemp wraps? Because that's like the rage now.
They don't look very hempy to me.
They look very hippie.
No, not really. They're probably games.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah, I don't think they backwoods. Now, do you think it's
Pre-rolling motherfucker up.
It's
now?
so fucking bored.
Do you think it's like?
Look how bored he is. Look how many.
Do you think it's by chance that his ice is on the table beside his blunts while he's rolling? Like, Maybe he just like to keep his ice around. Some people like to keep ice around. Some people like to keep books around. Some people like to keep
But that might be
dildos around.
the table that they're usually around, and you have everything there. Because I can't. I don't think it doesn't look like a setup, and I don't think he just took them off because they were bothering him while he was rolling. Although maybe, but
It's possible.
yeah, it looks like a table that they just
Back
been
to
chilling
back
around.
for no damn reason.
Ain't enough to do.
Yeah, do.
Get a little high. Pre-rolling my forget.
Huh?
He sounds high.
I know, right?
Way to go,
Yeah,
man.
I know, right?
Way to
Wait a
go.
minute. Let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. I
Like
don't
Cardi
know
B
what the fuck
again?
this
Yeah.
whole is
Look at her
about.
nails.
don't
I know,
understand
they're
how this shit
awesome.
went from Wuhan, China. Now all of a sudden this shit is on motherfucking tour. And let me tell y'all something. I ain't gonna
It's on tour.
a bitch is scared. I'm a little scared, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit got me panicking. And a lot of you motherfuckers think it's a joke, like I was thinking, right? But that shit right there, just because you think you immune to it, guess what? Your pocket ain't, bitch, because a lot of shit comes from motherfucking China, bitch. So if you wonder where your motherfucking weave or your fashion over motherfucking packages have arrived, guess what, bitch? Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
You heard it there first. If you waiting for a package and it's coming from China.
Get it real! Woo!
She's-
She got a booty on her.
yeah, she does. She looks great in that outfit too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even really pay too much attention to what the fuck she's talking about, but know.
She's so great,
she
man.
got a booty.
She's
Hey,
so
it's
great.
Dave from the
But that's what I'm
background.
saying, though. That's why, in the last episode, last week when we were doing F, Marry, Kill, there you have it. She's going to record and condone my blunt rolling and smoking
Oh, yeah.
habits. And
And she can keep you entertained.
Keep me
I mean,
entertained.
she's funny.
she probably will help me actually probably will help me roll the blunts, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I kind of don't do those things. I don't roll blunts. I can't, which
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure,
it's always been a disability of mine.
if she could, she probably would help her man.
I wish I could roll blunts. I just couldn't get the
The hand-eye coordination.
I guess. I mean, I usually have it in pretty much other areas, but when it comes to that, I don't know. I think because I
You
have,
can't maneuver your fingers.
I have sticky fingers. Sticky fingers. Sticky fingers.
It's actually pretty easy.
So, yeah, that's why I can't. So, who this? This is Dicky?
This is Little Dicky, yeah.
Oh, look at Dicky.
AKA Dave, or vice versa.
Little Dicky. Spit your shit, little Dicky.
And I just wanted to really let you guys know that it's cool to stay inside.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's evident.
Especially when you
But
have no friends.
seriously, don't go outside. There's no reason to go outside and be around people. People are going to fucking die. They are dying. It's like actually incredibly serious. I hope you guys are aware of that by now. So, grow up and stay inside. I don't care how old you are. Young people are dying.
He's like, grow up.
I know.
and stay inside. But you know what? I kind of
He's
feel
great.
I kind of feel the same way. It's like, enough is enough. Like, I mean, look, have I been inside the whole time? No, I haven't. I've had to actually go to work.
But you've had to go to places.
But my point is in outside of that, don't get me wrong, we've limited where we've gone.
Absolutely.
We haven't gone far. We've gone to the all right. We got fucking Hunger Games going on in here. And that's what I'm saying, bro.
It's
like,
a dangerous wildlife in here.
like I can't
the
put up with it.
beasts.
Can't put up with it, man. Got to be taken seriously. We doing the show, bro.
From the bedroom. And I just wanted to
Dave, for
From the
really
bedroom.
let you guys know that it's cool to stay inside. I feel like that's evident.
Yeah.
But seriously,
Should be.
don't go outside.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go outside and be around people. People are gonna fucking die. They are dying. It's like actually incredibly serious. I hope you guys are aware of that by now.
I mean, I agree with him in the sense that, I mean, he's right. People are dying.
Yeah.
Like you're hearing about, folks, if you hear dogs barking in the background, we had to kind of like put the pack away. They were,
You get a little rowdy.
it was getting a little crazy, and they were driving me a little mad and insane, and no bueno.
No bueno.
But getting back to this dude, yeah, I mean, people are. It's like,
I know you would think seeing that would make other people want to stay in.
I mean, like we were saying before, the technical difficulties. We've we've seen on the reports about like like sports players are dying, and fucking reporters, and fucking rich people, and poor people, and young people, and old people, and it's just
All sorts of people.
yeah, exactly. It's like people are dying.
It
So,
is definitely
grow
not a biased thing.
Stay inside.
Grow
I
up
don't
and
care
stay
how old
inside.
you are.
Exactly.
Young people are dying. I'm not going outside. Are you kidding? It's Corona out there. Everyone,
It's Corona out there.
be
It's
safe.
Corona out there.
I love you all. And hey, if you're looking for something to do inside,
Fuck, yeah, fuck all that. If you're looking for something to do inside, watch the TMC4JMC show.
Or listen to it all
Or
day.
Listen to it all day. Yeah, homeboy's about to get a plug in. Cheap plug.
Not.
But one thing I know that you have on your clip that I was interested in, you know, making sure that we get in the show was this clip with Madonna.
Yes.
Do you want to like, you know?
Very serious. You know, leading all up until today from the beginning of this.
Well, intro the clips. Just
It's a message from Madonna on what our president has put out there to us over the time that this outbreak had.
well, it's not from Madonna herself. It's just something she posted on her.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's something she posted on her Instagram.
Okay, it's an actual political ad that she just happened to. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I don't want to put it out there at Madonna.
No. This
But-
is something I grabbed off of her Instagram.
But obviously she does endorse it, so you know, cool.
Absolutely, and it's interesting if you hear it.
And by the way, I am Cardi B.
Yeah,
Is her,
I am Cardi B. Yeah, check her stuff out at Pink, at Madonna.
oh, cool beans.
Yep, and at Lil Dicky Graham if you're
okay.
interested in checking any of them out.
The coronavirus.
This is their new hope.
Okay, so this is Trump shit.
This is all Trump shit.
Trump talking shit
Yep.
and blah blah blah. And all right, cool beans. All right, let's hit this. I'm gonna let this shit play because I want to take it in. You know what I mean? Like let's.
Are totally under control.
You should.
It's one person coming in from China. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear. When you have 15 people, and within a couple of days it's going to be down to close to zero.
I remember all
I
this
think we've done
shit.
a
Yeah.
great job in keeping it down to a minimum.
And now look at
I
it.
like this stuff. I really get it. People are
And all
surprised
throughout,
about
it's
this,
just going up. Numbers are just going up.
And if you look at it, no, I don't take responsibility at all. You're an asshole.
You're such an asshole.
So if you look at it, you know, we're talking less than 2 months, bro. And like I remember people who was talking like this, like
Oh yeah.
you know, not taking it seriously. It ain't shit. It ain't this. It ain't that. And it was just like, okay, well, do you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that I can really say to you is do you if that's how you feel.
Yep.
But it's real and it's
So real.
science. It's science. Like you know, he ain't always there when you call, but he's always on time. Well, that means, you know, if he ain't here today, maybe he'll be there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
It's like having contracting any other kind of illness. If you know your buddy's got the flu or there's a flu, you know, epidemic, which happens every year, our regular influenza epidemic every year, you know, we just have shots for it. But people know that there's a flu shit going around and, you know, they try to stay away from people that are coughing and shit. Should be no different and should be taken even more serious.
Well,
because we don't have a cure for
that's
it.
just it. At this point, and probably based on that clip in February, we should have stopped looking at it like, hey, it's just the flu. Just don't go around your people. No, it's worse than don't go around your people. It's don't go around anybody. Don't
Yep.
go around anybody because you don't know. You don't know if they have it. They don't know if they have it until it's too late. You don't know until you know. And that's science. And that's all I'm saying. Like, that's what I was getting at with the whole, you know, thoughts and prayers and all that stuff. You don't know if they're going to be answered until they're answered. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't know if, you know, there's no way to calculate that. Okay, I'm going to throw in these thoughts and prayers and they're going to be answered in 5 minutes. So,
Yep.
you know, I got you. You know what I'm saying? The classic joke is take 2 of these and call me in the morning because, hey, it's science. You should be able to take 2 of these and it should be able to make you feel better.
Right.
If they don't, call me in the morning and we have to take, you know, extensive measures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's medicine.
Yeah.
So if the experts are saying stay in the damn house, stay in the damn house. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, the world must go on, but stay in the house. And
Yeah, I mean, I know there's pretty days, and go out to your front yard and then go back.
actually, you know what I'm saying? I was going to show one clip first, go into one subject first, but because of this whole, coronavirus thing, I think that this second clip is probably more, I don't know. It fits in better with what we're talking about. It's basically in the last episode I was talking about the dude Jason Witlock, and I was using him because he said something about his relationship with his dad. I'm not sure.
Right. Yes.
And and I used that to relay a message to my children. I felt like he was saying something I could relate to, and hopefully they could relate to.
Right.
Well, that was then. Now he's back to talking dumb shit, and I'm back to being like whatever. But
And tell us again who Jason Whitlock is.
Jason Whitlock is this sports writer. He, from my understanding, he started out in Kansas City. He played some football in college, but I don't think he like went pro or even really had like a major college career.
Okay.
I think that's a lot of these like sports writers and / now commentators, as far as like hosts of these shows, the reporters. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't want to say too much absolute stuff about his career because I'm not really sure, other than the fact that as a writer, I followed him throughout the years without even knowing I was following him. So I would read an article on Yahoo, or I would read an article here or there,
Right.
or maybe even see something in the game or something along those lines. And lo and behold, this is Jason Whitlock dude. So after a while, I'm like, oh, who's the Jason Whitlock guy?
So he has a career in sports writing.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
commentating.
He's one of the big dudes. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
cool beans to him. Major props to him. All that great shit to him. But
So you have another clip of him this week?
yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be fucking with Jason Whitlock a lot. But yeah, because now, now I have a platform, so for what it's worth, But he goes into talking about, just to set it up, he's talking about sports. And, well, he's always talking about sports, obviously. But he's talking about this guy in sports who, he's old now. This dude's old as fuck. And I guess this dude either had a life in sports or around sports adjacent, one of those situations. And the dude, now because of this coronavirus, the virus, they're shutting everything down. There's no games, there's no nothing. And the dude is kind of sad because the dude is like, what the fuck do I do now? You know what I'm saying? So, and Jason Whitlock is like, nah, man, how long is this going to go on? And, and it's like, I'll let him talk for himself.
Yeah.
But, it's definitely an weird perspective, to say the least.
Mike, if you know anything about him, and again, most of you don't, but people connected to the NFL do, Mike has struggled with his health in the last few years. And there was a time, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, where we thought Mike was going to leave us, but he has since rebounded. And it led to a conversation we were having this morning, Mike and I, about, hey, Mike expressing to me, look, man, I probably got 7, 8, 9, 10 more summers left in my life. This coronavirus, shutting everything down. I'm not living right now. I'm existing. Mike's divorced. He has a kid. His ex-wife comes to visit him from time to time. His son, I think, checks on him every day. But Mike is a guy that has lived his life in airport, city to city. If there was a big football event, Mike was always there. Mike is a guy that...
Now, for starters, fuck Mike. With all due respect, It sounds like Mike lived his life.
Yeah.
And now Mike has to find another way to live his life. You know what I'm saying? The world doesn't revolve around Mike. You know what I'm saying?
You just have to make do.
Love didn't revolve around Mike. Fucking his son doesn't revolve around Mike, obviously. His marriage didn't revolve around Mike.
No.
All those things were fleeting. All those things came and all those things fucking went. Football or whatever the fuck it is that he's into will be, it'll be back, hopefully.
It'll come back.
And there's a lot of people take football out of the situation. Let's say it's fucking, I don't know. Let's say it's fucking porn, or not porn, prostitutes, strip clubs. You know, I'm sure there's people who are dying to go to the strip club. I'm sure there's strippers who are dying to fucking
To
work.
go back to work,
I'm
absolutely.
sure there's strip club owners who are dying to get the pole back, in service. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yo, I got this pole here costing me money every day.
That's right.
And it's not making me money.
There are people that are seriously affected by this.
Exactly. There's dudes with money in their pocket, burning holes in their pocket, and they want to throw it at the pole. So it's like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. You can't right now. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. So, getting back to Homeboy is like, okay, I feel you and all that, but, let's say he spent his life in airports and all that. Well, let's say planes just fucking blew up. There's no planes anymore. So he's going to be bitching that there's no planes, that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I'm 70 years old. I only got but 8 more summers. I need a plane. You know what I'm saying? I can't be fucking, busting it to these
Boating it.
Yeah, boating it to these games. Canoeing it. You know what I'm saying? Canoeing it to these games. I need more games, you know what I mean? So it's like, what the fuck ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck ever. Like you said, you gotta make do.
Gotta make do. It's not forever. Just gotta make do. He's a good sport. Come on now.
Be a team player, bro.
Be a
Lived
team player.
on the move. He's a social animal. Mike's in his late 60s. He raises the question of,
Chill the fuck out.
how long
Yeah.
should we go with this quarantine? I want to live out my golden years. I don't want to exist in my golden.
That don't even make any sense.
How long are we supposed to live out this quarantine?
I want to live
The
out my life.
goal, I think, is to live it out.
Live it out as long as
Is
it
it-
fucking takes.
Absolutely. Otherwise, you haven't lived it out.
Go ahead. 90 days, 30 days, 60 days. We can throw them out randomly. We can throw them out in order from lowest to highest. We can throw them out from highest to lowest, count down. But the answer is however long it fucking takes. And Mike is going to have to fucking,
She's gonna have to
Figure it
kick
out.
rocks because it's not forever, Mike.
he's a social,
Chillax.
he's a social animal. Well, grow up, Mike.
And your friend there should have told you that.
Like Lil Dicky said, grow up.
Grow up. Stay inside.
years. This is day 32 for Mike in quarantine. 20.
Yeah, he's going to have to stay his ass there today.
But is Mike getting paid? Is Mike getting paid? Does he have money? Is he complaining about not having money for? There are people that can't go to work.
Honestly, I don't know if Mike getting paid or not. You know what I'm saying? And frankly, I don't think Mike
And
is.
it really came
You know what I'm
into
saying? Like,
vision and full fruition for me why I disagree with Adam Schefter here and the people that think we should shut it down and stop what we're doing. We can't do that.
yes, we can. We can, and we did. And we should have.
And if we continue to do it, maybe we can get this thing eradicated faster.
Exactly. Should we not have? Like, that's the thing he's saying. He's not saying that we shouldn't have. But at first he was. First he was saying.
It kind of sounded like he was.
He was saying like, this is kind of fear. Motherfuckers that don't have to do this shit always the ones that talk about the fear involved with the shit. Like, there are nurses on the front fucking line, son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the front line right now, dying to fucking get masks and shit.
Exactly.
They can't go home. They can't go home, bro, to fucking
No.
be with their families. Like, they're on the internet right now posting videos saying, like, I haven't kissed my fucking child in months.
Some of them are made to wear the same masks and gowns for a
so-
week.
So what part of that is living life? You feel me? Like,
It's insane.
like that's like saying, yo, once again, and I brought it up in the last episode, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have too many wars here. And unless you live like in like the real like bad parts of the US, you know what I'm saying? It's rare you're gonna get shots popped off in your hood, you know what I'm saying? And now there's some people that deal with that shit every
day.
fucking day. But they deal with it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, like, what do you want? Like, and the people that are dealing with the that live in war zones and stuff like that, if the wars were here, you know what I'm saying? Sure, we would have to stay in the house or chill, but there still would be cops and soldiers and stuff out there that fighting the fucking war.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't be sitting in the house being like, damn, man, the fucking rebels fucking knocked out the fucking internet again, man. I ain't got my Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. I ain't got my Wi-Fi. I'm an internet animal. I'm a social media animal.
You know, and yeah, exactly. And you know, it's bad enough Wi-Fi is starting to slow down now anyway.
Like, once again, grow up.
Grow up.
You and Mike, grow the fuck up. Like Lil Dicky said.
And this is not the first time America and the globe has dealt with a pandemic
Here we go.
outbreak that can kill
him,
you, can really do damage to you.
Tell him, Mr.
I was
Whitlock.
talking to my mother this week about polio.
And what you say?
From the 1920s throughout the 1950s.
Oh, yeah.
There were massive polio outbreaks across America. At one time, we had a President Roosevelt, who suffered from polio and was crippled by polio.
Yeah, he's pretty fucked up,
It was
wasn't
also a disease you could get from contact with people with polio. I read stories this morning about football games that were that went on and transpired, college football games, when there were polio outbreaks in those cities or affecting those teams. I think it would be a mistake to shut things down. I think that football and sports should, as best they can, continue to move forward. I think sports play an important role in moving us forward in this crisis.
I think it's a little responsible.
Don't hold us to expert standards. We're not trying to be.
Okay.
Definitely not going to hold you to expert standards.
No, definitely not. I mean, definitely didn't sound like an expert.
Not to me.
Now, with that said, okay. So, there's like so much in there, yo. For starters, I'm interested. What do you feel about what he said about all that, about the polio and all that bullshit? Or even at sports. Is sports important to getting us through this?
No, it's not.
Sports ain't got shit to do with getting us through.
It's just something else to watch. It's for players to keep their jobs and keep working and not to throw the schedule back. I mean, it's really only for sports lovers.
You know what?
Satisfaction.
You know what part sports plays in all this shit? Especially spectator sports, arenas, stadiums. You know what parts they play in? Spreading this fucking virus. That's what they play.
There is no allowance for social distancing of those things. And even if they say, okay, we can play with no fans, even then, it's still not safe. You're hitting each other. It's body to body contact. I don't care if you're wearing helmets and shit.
Okay, if they want to play with no fans and the sports people have to still, and the sports people saying, okay, cool. Okay, that's the owners. It's just like I have a day job, you know what I mean? And sometimes my day job requires me to go in. And I get it with my day job. But if I was just like, will the towel boys get the day off? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about the water boy?
There still has to be staff.
What about the dude that grabs the jock straps and shit? You know what I mean?
It's
like,
everybody. The people who operate the cameras, the sound system, the lights.
You know what I'm saying? Like
custodians. Like there's
who's not essential employee if you're gonna play a fucking basketball game?
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, son. Something tells me everybody's there, even down to catering and freaking concessions.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. Who you think you playing like with this? Like
there's
who you
just
think you
too
playing
many
with
people
this?
involved.
It's ridiculous. It's too many people involved that are not involved with the decision. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I get it. You want to watch your basketball game or your football game or whatever dumb game it is that you want to play. And don't get me wrong, I'm a sports fanatic. Anybody who watches T4J TV, listens to radio would know that.
Yeah, they know.
But it's dumb at this point. It's trivial. You know what I'm saying? And what he's saying about polio. 1920s? Like, come on. Look, son. Like,
I know.
For starters, okay, they played the games and whatever. Well, maybe they wasn't as informed as we are now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Also, how many people died from or were infected from the fact that they went on and played these games? Also, did they just get lucky that polio was going around at that time and it wasn't fucking corona? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the coronavirus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Which seems pretty difficult to
exactly, because
get a hold of.
in 1920s, if the coronavirus was going around, they would have been fucked. If
Yeah.
they, with or without those games, they would have been fucked. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's ridiculous to even like compare the two. You know what I'm saying? Or compare the eras, or compare to whatever. Like,
Right.
the only thing that you can compare is the fact that viruses spread.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And some spread differently.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't. Yeah, dumb people just sometimes, you know, make me a little like they make me itchy.
These are the ones I'm afraid to get next
Experts. That's something you agree with, disagree with. I just don't think we can shut down things forever. Again, because
forever.
we are very blessed. And Mike and I talked about this morning in terms of when I'm talking about Mark Schlereth, Marcellus Wiley, Jason Witlock. We're blessed that we actually have something to do. Fox Sports is continuing on. We're doing our television show. We have a purpose every morning when we get up. That's very important to a guy.
Nah, don't do your Fox Sports show. Go play basketball.
Yeah.
Don't we want to see him play? If we can't see LeBron James, why not see Jason Whitlock?
Oh, come on.
Like Mike Ornstein, he has spent his entire life on the go, doing things, being productive, helping people move along in their careers. And when you take that away in his golden years, and he's sitting there at home thinking, how many, 30 more days, 60 more days, 90 more days of just existing rather than living, sense of normalcy, and not just giving in to all the fear, the decision making that I think a lot of people are making and are forcing on others is make decisions based out of fear. And I just don't think that's a healthy way to make.
No.
Complainers and people like that, the first tactic that they always use is that you're forcing this on me. You're forcing this on me. You're forcing this on others. And sometimes, look, land of the free, home of the brave. But the key thing in the free and the brave is that you have to be fucking alive.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be alive. Nowhere in that is the land of the infected.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You are not free to be infected and infect me. Or suggest that I become infected.
Right.
Or suggest that the person next to me become affected, or that there's anything near me that's infected. You don't have that right. You just fucking don't.
Right.
The only thing you have the right to do is to take that fucking disease, if you want it, and fucking shove it up your ass.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's one of the things. And look, it's this type of person that also don't take these things serious. He probably is one of those assholes that, oh, flu. I don't know that for a fact, but it's one of those things I just kind of know to be true. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like, you know, like it's one of those people that, and I'm not saying he is, but one of those people that says like AIDS isn't real. Well, people died from AIDS. People died from this. You know what I'm saying?
That's just ignorance.
And there is a way to fucking get HIV, and we know how to do it, and we have to protect against it.
Yep.
You don't blatantly say, fuck it, you know, let's get the orgies on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to, then fine. But you don't need to say, no, society, stop forcing your stuff on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like nobody don't care if, like, but
it's transmitted so differently. I mean,
but even then, just using that as an example, okay, if you get that, then cool, dope city, you got it, you happy, you got your bareback on, you did what you wanted to do, and I guess you happy you got it. Not anybody else I can think of would be, but maybe somebody like that would be. Okay, cool, fine. Weird example, morbid, but I'm kind of a morbid kind of guy. Now the difference is that, like you said, it's transmitted differently. So I can be a little okay with that, but I'm still not happy. Society still can't be happy that you have HIV. Society has to want to have a healthy, clean society.
right.
Society's going to now want to take care of you, see what's up with your HIV, see if we can cure it, it's in our best interest to do that. Sure, I get the conspiracy theories of people gonna want to make money and the patents and all that. Sure, there's always gonna be money to be made. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's still in society's best interest to have the cure than the fucking cause. You know what I mean? You know, you're always gonna have causes for something.
Right.
Cures are fucking hard to come by.
Right.
So, you know,
I love
now
conspiracy theorists.
I know, right? Now imagine you take that HIV, just to circle back, and now it can be transmitted just by fucking inhaling and exhaling on a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now the game is different. Now this whole you forcing your fears on me. Nah, before when you had to fuck somebody to get HIV or transmit blood, it wasn't a fucking requirement. It was just a suggestion.
Right.
It was a suggestion
Right.
that yo, don't have your bareback orgies with all these infected people or people that you don't know that might be infected.
Yep.
But now that we know you can transmit your bullshit by just inhaling and exhaling on me,
Right.
now I have to require that you stop your fucking bareback orgies. Because that's just how fucking society works. It's not a fear. It's common sense.
The fact that we have to keep nailing it in.
It's not a fucking fear. You can call it a fear all you want. That just means you're uneducated. That means you're not evolved. You're I don't know. I mean, the dude is successful, but I don't know. I just feel like it just means you I don't know.
Yeah.
You're primate or some shit. Like, why don't you understand that?
Everybody needs to get over it.
Decisions. The NFL needs to remain responsibly bold and moving forward as best they can responsibly.
And I realized I couldn't get to those places, and I just looked around my apartment. I looked around my apartment complex. I just looked in my vicinity and realized, oh, these stairs right here, that's going to be my stairs.
I love my
Me
dude
lifting
right here.
weights, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit this jailhouse workout, whatever I have to do to
There you
get through
go.
this. Because if you're a believer, you're a person that knows this too
Exactly.
shall pass. And
Yes.
this is different than anything that we've seen before. I just
Tell-
want people to
tell
really
'em, Marcus.
understand.
Tell 'em, Marcus.
This virus lives on
Get 'em.
objects for up to weeks.
That's right.
This is in the vicinity of you, 6 feet or more in terms of being airborne.
Get 'em, Marcus.
Polio was through feces and direct contact and bad sanitation
There
areas.
you go.
Like, when we get into the details of what we're dealing with right now and the aggregation of all of us,
Yes.
that's going to be a very sticky, tough decision to make. When do we all aggregate? But for now, we can all sit in our own comfort of home and watch the draft return
Thank
and be
you.
back to normal in that respect.
Very well put.
Very fucking well put.
That was awesome.
Tell him, Marcus.
That was very well
Mr.
put.
Wiley.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, and that's exactly like, dude, like, what the fuck, like, bro, like, who you think you talking to? Like,
I mean, it is not forever.
like, why are you spreading that information? Like, why are you bringing up polio? Like, come on.
Polio.
And did you saw his face?
1920s.
You saw his face? Yo, this clip, the link is going to be under the episode, so definitely check it out. You know, on YouTube. It's from the show Speak for Yourself, hosted by Jason Witlock and Marcus Wiley. But yeah.
Lots of entertaining footage.
Yeah, one cool thing. I don't know if you guys have been checking it out or not, if you noticed it, but well, of course, everybody has to notice it. You know, lately.
Can't miss it if you're there.
What am I trying to talk about?
Hidden closet.
Well, but not just hidden closet. I'm about to talk about the fact that nowadays everybody has these little thingy things sticking out their ears.
Yes.
And at one point, I was kind of like, what the fuck are these things? And
When they first came out.
you see people talking to themselves and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, I'm not really that much of an earbud kind of guy. But
I am.
I know you are.
I love them.
So,
I love them.
What do you think of these like Raycons?
The Raycons are cool, comfortable, you know, affordable, great sounds. You know, Great product.
I mean,
Absolutely great product.
I haven't personally tried them out yet. Like I said, I'm not I'm not an earbud kind of dude.
I've read many reviews, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go
No,
ahead.
please.
No, I was gonna say if I was, I like the fact that they're under $100.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a skull candy kind of guy. These are skull candies actually.
Yep.
And so
Same
if
here.
I was to use earbuds, the earbuds actually they would be skull candies. But the cool thing about the Raycons and the skull candy earbuds is that you get them both from
our website. Click on Hidden Closet. You'll find all our featured products on that page. It'll take you right there, and you get a good deal.
All right, and with that, we're gonna go to break, everybody. See ya. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. So we are back. I missed you, baby.
Missed you too. That was a really long break.
It was, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta burn one. If you burn one with me, that's one of those things the BBO girls be saying. They be like, "Burn one with me." I'll be like, "Oh shit, I'll burn one with you," just like that. I think that's a dance.
It could be. We'll make it into one.
Burn one with me. So there's a question that's been on my mind. We've heard it before. I'm sure you've heard it before. I'm sure our audience have heard it before. But it's love is a two-way street, or relationships are a two-way street.
Yep.
And I always wonder, why are they best considered a two-way street? Like, I would like. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a good analogy or a good comparison or good anything to me. It sounds like the opposite to me.
Love is a two-way street?
I mean, I get the sentiment behind it. You got to give, you got to get.
Yeah.
You got to meet in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I get the whole meet in the middle situation. Although a two-way street doesn't suggest that.
It's like I rub your back, you rub my back. I got your back.
Yeah, I get quid pro quo.
You know.
I get all that. Although I don't think people think about quid pro quo and rub my back and I rub yours when they're thinking more about being in a relationship. But I think once again with the two-way street, like, I don't know. Have you heard that sentiment before?
Yes, I have heard it.
Have you used it before?
I have used it, not in love, but I've used it.
Or do you consider it to be true?
I do think so.
Okay.
I think it's an exchange. Absolutely it is. Like I said, I got your back and you got mine. At least that's how I see it.
Is that what a two-way street suggests? Because now you're using a different sentiment.
No, correct me if there's a different definition. For me, that's what it suggests, personally.
But, okay, when you're thinking of a two-way street, what if a two-way street says, I got your back, you got mine? Think of a two-way street. Close your eyes and imagine a two-way street. Because
they're going away from each other?
Generally, they're going, and that's just it. And that's the point that I was going to get at. For me, I would say love is more of a, it's more like the HOV lane. On the turnpike. It's like the carpool lane. You know what I mean? Like because we're going, not only are we going in the same direction, but we're going to the same place.
Right.
We're on the same journey. We might not have started together. You might have started at your crib in your car, and then you drove and you came and you picked me up. And when you picked me up, it didn't necessarily still remain your car. It becomes our car. If I'm in it, it's our car. You know what I'm saying? There's considerations that have to be made for me. And regardless of who car it is irrelevant. We're still going to the same destination. And hopefully we'll get there together. Whereas two-way street suggests that we're heading towards each other and we're either going to meet in the middle, i.e. accident, and then go nowhere, or we're going to meet in the middle and then continue to go cross paths and then go our separate ways, in which a lot of relationships do. They end up growing apart.
Technically, if it's a two-way street, there shouldn't be a crash when you meet in the middle because it's a two-way street. And I guess
drunk drivers.
I guess
It's only a yellow line.
we're not talking possibles here, okay? And I guess I was just looking at them more as side by side, parallel.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. But that wouldn't be two way. That's one way. Just two lanes.
Yeah, 2 lane. This is more of a 2-lane road.
And you're not gonna find too many 2-lane roads. I mean, I guess I guess highway, but even then, they still got a lane on the other side.
There's still
what I'm
2
saying?
ways.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're getting more into that group thing. But yeah, that's how I see that sentiment. And like I said, maybe that's why relationships usually take that trajectory as far as coming together and it's all high and then they end up growing apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas if you view it differently, you view it as, hey, we're going to the same place in life. Why don't we just go together and we would get there? Sure, we might need a bigger car or we might be all cramped into a small car, but it'll probably cost us less resources than it would have if we drove separate cars to get there. You know what I'm saying? So,
and then you'd all be together in case anything happened.
Yeah, and then you're all together. And, as long as you wear your seatbelt, hopefully nobody gets flung out of the fucking windshield.
Hopefully there's no drunk drivers.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's a different story. Which, once again, leads me back to this Jason Witlock dude. I might as well call this a Jason Witlock episode.
You might as well.
Because, he really got on my freaking nerves.
I could tell he really grinding your gears.
Well, the dude, and you don't have to be married. You don't have to be anything to have an opinion on something. Trust me, I have opinions on a lot of things that I don't.
Same here.
I'm not involved in. I'm not an expert or whatever. But the one thing that, regardless, if somebody says, well, you're not married, you don't know. Mm-hmm. If you aren't married, then they're... I know, right? Jason Witlock, just shut the fuck up. If you're not married, then their opinion of you, when they say that, then it carries more weight, in my opinion.
Right.
Than it would if you were married. Like, you could say something, you could be married and say something about marriage that is completely wrong. And it might be wrong for whatever reason. It might be wrong because you've taken an experience in your life.
Right. Or you haven't been through something.
Or you haven't been through something yet. And you're just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Or times have changed. Whatever. But at least the fact that you're married, somebody will at least say, okay, I feel you. I at least feel that you are in the right sentiment.
Yeah.
Well, when you're not married, then you're just talking shit. When you're wrong, you're just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you don't have kids, but you're talking about being a parent. When you're wrong, you're talking shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no way around it. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get upset when someone says, shut the fuck up, you're not married. You can't be like, well, I still right to talk my opinion. Yeah, when it's a when it's an accurate opinion.
Exactly.
But when it's wrong, you're just talking shit and nobody don't need to hear it. Shut the fuck up. Which brings me back to my boy Jason.
Ooh, Jason, you getting it.
J-Dub.
You getting it.
Well, once again, okay, so he's talking about sports once again, obviously. I need to stop saying that. Stating the obviously. But hey, Captain Obvious. So anyway, he's talking about, and he's relating Dak Prescott once again to this whole will he or will he not get signed. And so he's talking about how sometimes in sports it's like a marriage, and sometimes you need to just wait rather than move forward. If you have second thoughts, then just wait and things like that. And on its face value, that has merit. You might even say, some people might even be like, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, rock and roll. And just to correct my opinion for anybody out there that might be like, who the fuck are you to say all those shits? Just because I ain't married doesn't mean I haven't been in a long-term relationship. And true. There are many ways you can be married without being married.
Right. You don't have to be legally married now to.
If you feel I don't know what I'm saying about you, then fine. Then you don't count.
Yeah.
You don't count. You're
insignificant.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. they're a listener. Like, shit, we need them to listen. But beyond that, fuck it. And, beyond that, then then maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think I do. It's my show. So getting back to this asshole. So yeah, he's talking about that. But once again, Jason, take it away, bro.
I have an analogy I want to use. You guys know I love to make relationship analogies.
Yeah, because you're a
studies
fucking
show
idiot.
That 30% of marriages, or 30% of people's college relationships lead to marriage, and that's because people tend to marry the last person they dated in college. This is particularly true. I'm a good old Midwest boy. This is particularly true in the Midwest and South. People used to go to
Except
Ball
for you.
State.
Because isn't he unmarried?
Yeah.
So he's a good old Midwest boy, but it doesn't apply to him.
Yeah, it doesn't apply to him. Plus, that's not like saying anything that makes that's like saying 90% of people who go to college look up at the sky. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, ask people, hey, who was the first person you married? It's probably, the last person they met. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dating and got serious with. Sure, they might not marry that dude. They might be with that person for a long time, or that woman or whatever, and then circle back to an old flame. Sure.
Right. Yeah, that's happened plenty of times.
But either it's an old flame,
right,
or it's your current motherfucking person that you
yeah.
It's binary. You know what I mean? Like, look at him. Like, come on, son. Like,
I know.
and that's what I'm saying. Like 90% of the people that go to college look up at the sky. Sure, I don't know what the other 10% are doing, but you either look up at the sky sometimes or you fucking don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've either seen the sky or you haven't. You know what I mean? Like, and nobody's marrying their future, the person they haven't met yet. Like
exactly. And how do you know you're gonna marry the future one? You haven't met her yet.
I'm waiting for the one I haven't met yet. But when you meet her, you're gonna meet her unless you're on blind marriage on Bravo or some shit.
Yeah, I know blind marriage.
Is that a show on Bravo?
Not yet.
Oh, I'm surprised it isn't.
We used to say as guys a lot.
He'd probably be a hit.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
kind of need to have a blind marriage. He's a blind marriage candidate all day.
I think that would be a great concept for a show.
All day, every day, blind marriage, that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. It's probably the longest lasting marriage.
And don't do 90-day after blind marriage.
Girls who go to Ball State looking for their MRS degree.
Where are they now?
That was more popular than a PhD.
Eating.
And look, it makes sense for a man or a woman to be looking for their spouse on a college campus.
I thought most people look for their spouse in church.
Yeah, you're right. That's where.
And looking for them in church, is that any better than looking for them on college campus, or any worse?
I mean, they say it's better.
I mean, I would think it'd be this. You meet them where you meet them, or at work. Like you meet them where you fucking meet them. Like,
yeah, you just never know. Or online.
You generally meet them in places you have something in common with. You know what I mean?
That
like,
you frequent often, or
yeah, exactly. Like,
or you favor.
Yeah,
you enjoy going into.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're not gonna meet them. You know, I mean, I guess every now and then you meet somebody at that one place, the first and only time you've ever been there.
Yeah.
I guess that has happened, but for the most part, you meet people that you have something in common with.
But that relationship had to have moved pretty damn quick.
Yeah, exactly. Especially we talking about marriage and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, you took their asses to someplace familiar.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So what the fuck are you talking about, J-Dub?
People are bright. They're motivated. They come from relatively good families. It makes sense to go after your spouse on a college campus. But is it really the smartest thing to do
right.
long term,
You tell me.
that's where I question.
Where should I get them
see
from?
a lot of people end up settling. I've seen a lot of people make in college. Dak Prescott, he spent 4 years on the Cowboys campus. He's now ready to graduate and get his diploma. And Jerry and Dak are looking at each other. It's like, man, we've been together for 4 years. And it's time to graduate and move on to the next step in our life.
He sounds jealous.
Why does he have to make that face and that sound? Man, we've been together for 4 years. But anyway, you know what he's getting at, right? He's basically saying, nah, don't go with that shorty in college. Don't go with that shorty in college. Go with that shorty. Wait until you get that money, and then see what kind of shorties you're gonna get.
Yep.
That's basically what he's trying to say. So
you didn't give yourself enough time.
yeah, he's basically saying, nah, if you smart, you would just fuck around in high school, fuck around in college, don't love none of those bitches, get that money, and then get you the shorty, and then see the type of shorty you're gonna have. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
But if that's what you that's what you are, that's what you are. That's not like fucking standard rule.
Right.
If that's standard rule, motherfucker, you probably wouldn't be here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, look at you. Somebody could have gotten somebody more attractive.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
I guess the opportunity just wasn't there.
Somebody in that pair could have gotten that conceived, that spawned this dude. Somebody in that pair could have gotten somebody more attractive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just imagine.
It could happen.
It could happen. So maybe they, you know what I mean? When you talking to mom about polio and shit, you know what I mean? Like, bring that up. Like, yo, like, why you didn't wait for somebody more attractive?
Yeah. Who did you date?
Like, what the fuck?
There wasn't another? Thanks, Dad.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Let's get married. Let's get married long term. But according to ESPN's
long term,
Jeremy Fowler,
like should be an expiration date on it or something.
Jerry Jones wants a complicated prenuptial agreement before he's willing to say I do.
Motherfuckers got
and if you want a prenup, that means you shouldn't be getting married. You shouldn't be settling for this quarterback.
So, okay, fuck all the quarterback bullshit, but this whole, if you want a prenup, then you shouldn't be getting married. I don't think that makes any sense. Like, are you one of those that subscribe to that?
So the whole prenup thing?
Well, that if you get in a prenup, or if you want a prenup, then that means you don't want to get married, or you shouldn't be getting married.
No, I mean, I think prenups are smart to have. I don't think it doesn't have anything with doubting the marriage. It's just the way shit goes in life, you know? And unfortunately, nowadays, you have to protect your own. You have to protect yourself. But it's, you know, a prenup just doesn't protect the person with the money. The prenup protects the other person as well.
True.
You know, so they're not out on the street homeless, you know, when the divorce goes down.
True.
You know, and if either party doesn't feel like they're getting a fair chance, you don't have to sign it, you don't have to get married. But I think they're just business smart.
I mean, look, for starters, this is one of those things where, you know, when we're saying, hey, you're not married, shut the fuck up. Maybe motherfucker, you know, got to the altar with somebody, don't know, don't really care. Maybe it was the prenup. Maybe somebody wanted to give him a prenup, and he was like, nah, fuck that. Or maybe he felt like he needed a prenup with Shorty, so she ain't the one. If I feel like I need one with you, then you ain't the one. I can get all those individual things if you want to subscribe to those things as an individual. But none of that shit is blanket information. It's not even smart information, to be honest. Because, you know, all a prenup does is says, like you said, it protects parties. It protects parties. It's no different than we filing jointly.
Yeah.
It protects us taxes as individuals.
We both benefit from it.
It allows us, exactly. It allows us to have collective power one way or the other. Most people don't know what their worst their true worst natures are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people may have gotten close, but they don't know what their true worst natures are when they're hurt at their worst.
Yeah.
Especially if you've never been divorced before.
Right.
Now, if you have been divorced, then maybe you kind of have an idea of how it feels to be divorced and to go through that process, and thus you will understand the need for a prenup even more because you've already been divorced, so you understand that the possibility of being divorced again is there.
Absolutely.
Once something happens once, it can happen again.
Nowadays, there can't be one person that doesn't know someone who's been divorced, gotten divorced, going through a divorce, was raised through divorce. I mean, it's everywhere now.
And I get it. You might be one of those persons that's like, nah, I'm a forever kind of guy. You know, I'm gonna work this shit out.
Some shit can't be worked out.
And that's cool. You can be that way, but you don't know if your mate is that way.
Exactly.
And like I said,
takes both of you.
And yeah, exactly. And like I said,
it's a two-way street.
Especially when we talk about prenups. And like I said, when you don't know what your worst nature is, what your worst whatever is, and if you've never been divorced before, regardless if you've been married or not, if you've never been divorced, then you don't know how you're going to feel when that time comes and you guys go from being lovers to adversaries.
Oh yeah.
You don't know.
It can get so ugly.
Exactly. You don't know what kind of damage you're going to inflict or have inflicted upon you. So prenups and agreements and understandings and shit like that, it protects not only your assets, but it might also protect you from your worst nature.
Absolutely. Or maybe even both of your relationships going forward after your divorce. I mean, it's already laid down in stone. You already know what you're up against if you're going to get divorced. Should be no ill feelings later. Well, unless.
But just to go on, yeah, there's always ill feelings. Yeah, because you get divorced. Like, why you got divorced is a reason to have ill feelings. You know what I mean? Maybe the motherfucker fucked your cousin or some shit. I don't know.
Should be in the prenup.
I always pick weird shit. But, you know what I'm saying?
If it's a possibility, it should be in the prenup.
If it has to be in the prenup, then maybe you shouldn't be getting married.
That's so true.
On that case, I kind of go with John, with J-Dub. Or Jason, John, whatever. But but that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know what your worst nature will be. You don't know how, like, on an easy day, you might be like, yeah, babe, I love you. You know what I'm saying? If we were to split up, I know I'm a gazillionaire. I'm gonna leave you with a couple of billions. You know what I mean? That's cool, babe. Don't worry about it. And she might be like, yeah, babe, don't worry about it. I'm cool. I don't need all these gazillions or billions or nothing like that. I'm just going to leave and go with what I came with, just this hanger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you find out what you find out, and now you beefing, and now he wants to basically drag her through the mud and leave her with dirt. And she wants to take everything that he fucking have. And just those two things puts you guys at such odds that you're going to go for the jugular.
It gets ugly.
And that's what... And you don't want to go for the jugular, but it's like, what, bitch, you hurt me? I'm going to hurt you back. Oh, you're going to hurt me that way? Well, I'm going to hurt you back. Oh, well, you're going to take my money? Well, nah, you ain't getting shit. Well, oh, I ain't getting shit. Well, now I'm taking your money and your kid, bitch.
And you can take the kid. And it don't even matter if you got a whole lot of money or just a little bit of money. If you want to protect it, it's there.
Yes, what is there a limit to it? Like, should there be like a place where, okay, don't be coming at me with no prenup. Like, you got bad credit and you've never even seen $50,000. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Prenup?
If it don't make sense, it don't make sense.
But yeah, man. Fucking J-Dub.
That you're really not that confident in long term. I say Jerry should prolong the engagement. Give Dak another year of the runaround and see if he's really the person you want to marry.
By the time you get to the prenuptial agreement, all right, you're doing that prenup, that means she's
really the person you want to marry.
Let's go back to this motherfucker. If this motherfucker here, look at him. If this motherfucker tried to give, he wouldn't give me to run around, but let's say, how would you feel if that motherfucker would try and give you to run around, prolong you for a year?
Man, I don't know how I feel about
Yeah,
that.
I don't give a fuck. Like how much money or anything this motherfucker got. Like, you prolonging people, giving them a runaround. I want to meet the person that was ran around for a year. I bet she flat as a fucking pancake.
Stop.
I bet she ran around. She started off looking like this motherfucker, came out looking like Dak Prescott. Man, all this running around for a whole year. I quit.
That's wrong.
Really not that confident in long term. I say Jerry should prolong the engagement. Give Dak another year of the runaround and see if he's really the person you want to marry.
How about you run around?
Oh my gosh.
Take this quarantine time to run around. Anywhere, motherfucker. Like, anywhere. While you give her to run around, run with her. Shit. Motherfucker.
Run, bitch.
Yeah, run, bitch. She should be like, you know, like Mike Tyson Punch Out when the motherfucker is like, he's jogging and the coach is behind him on the bike.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he should be the motherfucker jogging. I'm just saying.
Time you get to the prenuptial agreement, all right? You're doing that prenup, that means that she has won. That person you're marrying has won because it's the final part of the negotiation.
Exactly.
You are not going to walk away from the marriage. If you've been married and you've done prenups or not done them, you know this to be very true. You are not going to walk away from the marriage based off of the prenup. You are going to find a compromise because you guys want this to happen.
Yeah.
Now, I'll end with this. You're saying wait and get something better. All right. Now, this is interesting because now you have made marriage, the institution of marriage, a one-lane street. See, and this is what I got to school you up on with. It's a two-way street when you get married. So he has to want to go down the aisle, and so does Mr. Dak Prescott. So understand this.
But, okay, two-way street, you know, notwithstanding. He's right. Like, once you get to the point where it's like, look, I love you, baby, you love me, you already know what I got.
Yeah.
So you kind of, you know, like, a prenup shouldn't even fucking, like, shock you, to be honest.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It should just be like,
should be expected.
Okay, I guess these nigga.
I'd be like, you ain't gonna come at me with a prenup?
I guess this dude gonna do a prenup on me. You know what I'm saying? Or I guess Shorty's doing a prenup or whatever the case may be. You know, they got the money for it, so let's do the prenup. You know what I mean? Like. You know, you should know by the restaurants we eat in if a fucking prenup is coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like look at this car I picked you up in. It got prenup on the dashboard.
Lace's place says prenup.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a Rari. It's a prenup.
You got Kanye West playing in the car.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a foreign.
Oh, man. Shout out to those prenups.
It's a legal document. What are you talking about?
It is totally legal.
So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, once you get to the prenup point, like, you're already hopefully in love, and if the prenup itself is what's going to discontinue your love, then you just saved each other, you know, time, and that's going to be obvious anyway. You didn't walk away from the prenup; you walked away from the money, and yeah, that would be what that would be. So.
You may be settling somewhat, but maybe Dak is settling as well. And one man's trash could turn out to be another person's treasure.
I hate that saying.
I get it. I totally get it. I've been someone's trash before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've totally been someone's trash, and I would like to think that I'm someone's treasure now. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you've never felt that way before, but I felt, you know.
Some people just aren't trash.
Well, it's about how you're being treated. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's more of how the other person's looking at you, not how you're looking at yourself. Like, I've never said to myself, "Yeah, I'm your trash, but I'll be someone else's treasure." Nah, fuck that. That shit would never even come to my mind. But I've been in a position where I felt like that person didn't appreciate me as much as,
right,
you know, the next relationship did.
Right.
So You know. I mean, you like love is a two-way street. I like one man's trash is another man's trash.
Garbage picker.
Yeah. Head-on collisioner.
And you also don't want to be the man that settles and is always.
And just something about this, you don't want to be the man that settles. Everybody settles.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody settles. Like I was saying, like, look at him. Look at him again. Like,
if you didn't settle, you want to get married.
Like, there is somebody on this panel right now that, this is going to sound mean, but there's somebody on this panel there's two people on this panel right now that his mom or his dad probably could have smashed that would have netted in a more attractive person, human being.
But they settled.
They settled for each other. Had his mom or dad fucked his mom or dad, or his mom or dad, then obviously, based on what we're seeing right here, we would have had 3 more attractive people out there, rather than
it could have been a whole
different
thing that we'd be looking at right now.
Yeah, and then there would have been some validity to this settlement argument. It's like, you know what I mean? All those broke people mad at Colin Kaepernick because he got that money. Oh man, he's settled, man. He's supposed to, do it for the people. You broke, bro. Shut up.
Yeah. What's do it for the people?
That's rich people problem. Shut up. Settle it, motherfucker. Like, I'm not saying that you settle, but that goes back to being with the person that you were with at the moment. You don't know who is future. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who tomorrow is. Now, and getting back to those people who like, look, man, I'm all about my money. I'm all about my careers. I'm all about my paper. That's their first wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to want to be number 2. So if you want to be number 2, maybe they'll have space for you. Maybe they won't. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they have a first love. They're not saying, nah, I can't because, I got to do it later on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, they're just saying like, look, I'm focused on this.
Someone else is first.
Yeah, and when I am not focused on this, then
you'll be second.
Yeah, if you're still around, you have my attention.
Yep.
But this motherfucker got like a fucking playbook and shit. Like,
yeah, he's keeping score.
like I don't know, man. Like, why are you trying to get that stop.
Always looking over at your boys and be like, damn, that's what he got over on his football team. And you also don't want to be the man that settles and is always looking over at your boys and be like, damn, that's what he got over on his football team. He got Patrick Mahomes.
And when his friend said that, look what he's saying.
He has Lamar Jackson. They stack everywhere. They boom, 36, 24, 36. And you looking across at you. 32.
Don't ever get married. Don't ever get married if you're always looking at somebody else's his feet.
That's why he ain't married.
Hey, everybody out there, don't ever get married if you're looking at somebody else's feet the whole time. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, one I think you lose that part of your psyche once you get married. You better. If not, you're gonna be miserable because there's always gonna be a Rolls Royce with shinier rims at the red light. It's just the way it goes.
Exactly. Like, and that's one of those things where it's just that, where if you're not married, you have the luxury of formulating that opinion.
Yeah.
It's like we have the luxury of formulating the opinion of what we would do in certain situations if we live in certain countries, or whatever. And it's like that's not even hindsight.
Right.
That's not even fucking outside looking in. That's just fucking that's fucking being closed off and imagining. That's what that is. That's
just wondering.
Yeah, that's wondering out loud. You know what I'm saying? Imagining and saying that, oh well, if I can imagine it, then it's true.
Yeah.
Like no,
doesn't work.
And if you're the type that views relationships like that, then that also says a lot of things about you and just how you view women. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they're not they're not your pass ons.
Yeah.
They're not your stepping stones.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? They're not your status symbol. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like the shorty that you have when you have $2 should be the same shorty. She should fit for you when you have 2 million or 2 billion if you love her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
and if
yeah.
she don't fit, then you don't fit. You know what I mean? Then you capping.
Yeah. I like how you work it in there.
Cat.
For real.
Oh, my cat for real. Yeah. Well, I could do that because I don't think the young is going to sue me.
Go ahead and walk down the aisle, Jerry. Put that ring on it. If you want it, you put a ring on it. Put a ring on it, Jerry.
Look, I'm going to summarize this conversation this way, and I really don't want to hear from either one of y'all again. We're talking about two guys that are lucky. If you've met their wives, they've so far overachieved, and they have no leverage in their relationship because their wife has all the leverage. That is the problem with their perspective. And that's why you have to trust someone like me. I've always had the upper hand. I mean, when you look like this and you command the kind of respect that I command, you always have the upper hand. Marcellus LeVar knows nothing about
Upper
that.
hand. You ain't married to have an upper. You have to. You have to be over something to have an upper hand. Otherwise, it's just the hand.
Look, it's easy to say I got the upper hand when someone's just your girlfriend. What the fuck? You know, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, fine. Because when someone's just your girlfriend, it's like this. I don't even know if this is going to be a good analogy or not, but, you know, I love doing analogies. Two people get in a fight, but they're the only ones there. Just those two people. You know, that whole tree falls in the fucking shit. Well, they both come out of the room. Neither one of them has scars. Well, but they both saying they fucked each other up. Man, I fucked him up, son. Yo, I slammed him on the ground. Then I DDT'd that motherfucker and I stomped him in the face. I did all that shit. And the other dude was like, nigga, I don't even got no scars. What are you talking about? I had you hand up against the wall and I was punching you all in your face, son. Slam you down and all. No, you remember? Remember?
This is like a whole show.
You know what I'm saying? Remember? Right? But nobody's there. So who the fuck is going to know? You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
You know, and what the fuck was I point that I was getting to? I might have to rewind to say, oh. And so that's what this motherfucker is talking about. He's talking about I had the upper hand. Well, the thing is that she's just your girlfriend. She's just your girlfriend. So when you guys decide to say fuck it and go your separate ways, there's nobody that has to be there to witness that fight.
Right.
There's nobody there that has to say, yes, she whooped your ass.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody there that's going to be like, damn, nigga, you got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? No one. But when you're married and you have to go through the process,
yep.
Now you have a judge that's going to sit there and say, round one, fight. You know what I'm saying? And when it's all said and done,
like a referee.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, he's gonna say, "Sorry, dude, but she kind of kicked your ass, bro.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to give her the house, the cars, and the kids, and everything." You know what I mean? And you have scars to show that you lost something. You know what I mean? Not to mention, it's documented, and you probably a few houses and cars. You know,
yeah,
lighter. You know what I mean? You gonna have to, you're gonna have to unask that house.
Yeah,
I'm giving that crib and the motherfucking ranch to Shorty.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. You know what I mean?
You can get another one.
But if that's just your girlfriend, you can be like, nah, get the fuck out.
Exactly.
To the left. Give my keys.
Exactly.
Even that song, Beyonce was singing
no
that
obligation.
Song. He's like, Beyonce wasn't singing that song to Jay-Z.
No.
She was singing that song to some motherfucker she was just smashing at the time. You know what I mean? No, because Jay-Z has been like, what are you talking about? To the left. No, I'm going right in there and getting in my fucking, sitting on my couch.
Yep.
And you better leave me the fuck alone.
Hell yeah, you better go to the other side of the building.
Or you gonna get left to knock the fuck out. Jikawa. Papa.
Situations Where, look, some men run their house, some men run around their house. That's why they both always sweating.
Okay.
I hate that. Now that's one that I hate with a passion. Like, that's such a misogynistic.
Some men run their house.
Some men run around their house, whatever. That's just such a misogynistic way of viewing things. And the reason why I say that
It's a very old way of viewing things.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so old that if you're still alive today, you shouldn't have that way of thinking. It's that's how old it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't give a fuck who taught you that. You've been around enough to see better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's like, but that's also, you should also be able to see like the detriment and the negativity that brings to society. Like, look, me personally, I don't agree with any woman that would agree with what he just said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think so either.
She wouldn't be the one for me.
Very few.
If she feels that some men run their house, some men run around their house, I would be like, well, I wouldn't want anyone that would think that a man running a house that I'm in is possible. Like,
yeah,
like I happen to be a man, but if I weren't, nobody's still running me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like if I woke up tomorrow and it's like, oh fuck, tits and hair, and you know, hopefully I'm still cute and shit. You know what I mean? I'm still not gonna be like, okay, run my house, please.
Yeah.
You know? Like we switch places, and like I'm like, yo, run my house, please.
Running a house is a two-way street.
I know, right? It's like marriage and love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
hand in hand, mano mano.
You know, and I think like I was raised by I'm a feminist. I'm a feminist to the end degree. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how you feel about feminism and things like that. Like,
you know how I feel about feminism.
We're doing a show. Can you tell the audience? I mean, you good?
Oh, you know, I'm big time feminist.
Oh, okay.
You know, I feel that women can do anything a man can do. I just don't think there should be a separation in it. Okay. Not at all.
All right. Well, yeah. And I feel the same way. I think that yeah, you know, I was raised by strong women. You know, my grandmother, my aunt. In fact, I wasn't really raised by too many men. I had male figures, but I can't really say I was raised by too many men.
Yeah, you had all women.
Thanks for watching, and to see more T4J content, please visit TMC4JMC.com. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, share, the works. You know, please leave a comment. Thank you.